Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. And today we're going to be looking at the mighty Wurlitzer organ.
Oh, that's a fascinating one.
Oh, yeah, we've got some great excerpts here from Robert Hope Jones and the mighty Wurlitzer organ.
It's a great book.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, when you think of a Wurlitzer, you just think of the music and the sound of the theaters. But this story goes so much deeper than that.
It really does. It's got innovation, ambition, and all the twists and turns you'd expect with invention.
Absolutely. And it's just such a great story. So I think everyone listening is really going to enjoy this one.
I think so, too.
Now, have you ever wondered, like, how these massive theater organs came to be?
It's not something you think about every day, is it?
No, you don't really think about it. But when you do think about it, it's just like, how did they even get that idea to even build something like that?
Where did it come from?
Right.
Well, we'll find out together.
Yeah, and this tale is going to take us from, like, quiet little churches to the hustle and bustle of early Hollywood.
It all starts so simply, doesn't it? Just these early church organs and,
Yeah.
they were designed for this, like, really clear euphonious sound.
Yeah, just something so it could rise above the less harmonious singing of the monks.
That's one way to put it.
The book's words, not mine.
They were a world away from the complex instruments we think of today.
Right.
The mechanics were incredibly simple, really.
Wow.
So imagine this giant keys that were so stiff that the organist practically had to wrestle them down.
Oh, my goodness.
They earned themselves the nickname organ beaters.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, real workout.
Yeah, that's a workout I don't think I'd want to do.
No.
But then in comes Robert Hope Jones.
Yes.
Our electrical engineer who just shook things up.
A real disruptor.
He really was. And it's so fascinating to me that he started by working with telephones.
Yeah, and it's that understanding of low-voltage electrical systems that led him to apply those same principles to the organ.
That's incredible.
Yeah, his first big innovation was convecting the keyboard to the air valves electrically.
Oh, wow.
Huge.
That's amazing. I mean, no more clunky mechanical connections. You
Yeah.
can just put the console anywhere you wanted.
Yeah, much more freedom.
So much freedom.
But it wasn't all about convenience.
Right.
Hope Jones was also obsessed with sound quality.
Yeah, he wanted that really responsive, nuanced instrument.
He did, so he developed these slender, low-voltage magnets and used precious metals in the contacts.
Oh, wow.
And this made a huge difference compared to the older high-voltage systems, which were really slow and cumbersome.
Yeah.
So much more responsive now.
It's just incredible how he took this, like, centuries-old instrument and just brought it into the modern age.
It is. He was a visionary.
Yeah, but as you might expect, not everyone was thrilled about these changes.
Of course not. People don't like change, do they?
They don't.
Particularly in England, he faced some real pushback.
Yeah.
He even had to deal with sabotage and threats against his family.
Wow, that's awful.
It's crazy, isn't it? People were so resistant to these changes that they resorted to that.
Yeah, and it just makes you think about how new ideas can be met with fear and resistance even when they have the potential to improve things.
It's human nature, isn't it?
I guess so.
We're afraid of what we don't understand.
And that backlash is what drove Hope Jones to America.
Yeah.
For a fresh start.
A new beginning.
Exactly.
And thankfully, America welcomed him with open arms.
Yeah, and his work really started to take off there. He even attracted an investment from Mark Twain.
Now, that's a name you don't expect to hear in this story.
No, not at all.
Wow.
It seems like even literary giants were drawn to his vision.
It's a testament to Hope Jones's charisma and the power of his ideas.
It really is.
Yeah.
But the story takes another turn.
It does.
With Carnegie Hall.
Ah, yes. Carnegie Hall, the pinnacle of musical prestige.
Right, and Hope Jones had this incredible opportunity to design an organ for this prestigious concert hall with Andrew Carnegie himself involved.
Talk about pressure.
Oh my goodness. He went all out for this project, incorporating all of his innovations, and he even added some theatrical flourishes like drums and sound effects.
He wanted to create a truly immersive sonic experience.
Yeah, he was really pushing those boundaries of what an organ could be.
Absolutely, but sadly it wasn't meant to be.
Right.
Carnegie walked out of the demonstration and declared that Carnegie Hall was a concert hall, not a theater.
Wow, what a blow.
It was a huge rejection, and it hit Hope Jones hard.
I bet his business struggled. He went through a divorce, and eventually he had to file for bankruptcy.
It's a tragic fall from grace, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
But in a way, his misfortune led to the rise of the mighty Wurlitzer.
It's true. In a last-ditch effort, Hope Jones sold his patents and everything to the Wurlitzer Company.
Wow.
And as fate would have it, they saw the potential of his inventions for a new form of entertainment that was just starting to gain popularity.
Silent films.
Exactly.
Silent films.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible how it all came together.
It is.
I mean, silent films, they were such a visual medium.
Yeah.
But music and sound effects.
Oh, yeah.
They played a huge role in bringing those films to life.
Absolutely. And before the Wurlitzer, you have to remember, most theaters could only afford like a pianist.
Right.
Or a small ensemble at best.
Yeah.
They just couldn't create those sonic landscapes that Hope Jones's invention made possible.
That makes sense. I mean, a piano.
Yeah.
No matter how talented the player is, couldn't match an entire orchestra.
Right.
And hiring a full orchestra for every screening,
Oh, yeah.
that would have been so expensive.
Ridiculously expensive.
Especially for those smaller theaters.
Exactly, and that's where the mighty Wurlitzer came in.
Right.
It was revolutionary, really. One organist could create the sound of a whole orchestra.
Yeah.
Melodies, harmonies, percussion.
And don't forget those sound effects.
Oh, yeah, the sound effects.
That were so crucial for silent films.
They make me chuckle.
Oh, they really do.
Can you imagine, like, a silent film chase scene without a frantic car horn or a train whistle?
It just wouldn't be the same.
No, it wouldn't. And the atmospheric touches as well.
Oh, yeah.
A creaking door for suspense.
Right.
Crashing waves for a dramatic storm.
Or even like bird calls for a peaceful countryside scene.
Exactly. It's amazing what one person at the console could do.
It really is so dynamic.
It's almost as if the Wurlitzer itself became like a character in the film.
Yeah, I like that.
It wasn't just background music, it was an active participant in the storytelling.
Yeah. And it heightened those emotions, it amplified the drama,
Yeah.
and even provided some comedic relief.
All thanks to those skilled organists.
The organists were masters of improvisation.
They were.
Reacting in real time to what was happening on screen.
Live scoring.
It's incredible. And it's such a shame that art form has largely been lost.
It is.
With the advent of sound films.
But even though the silent film era has passed, the legacy of the mighty Wurlitzer lives on.
That's right. I've heard stories of Wurlitzers being installed in the most random places.
Oh, tell me about it.
Like private homes, pizza parlors, even museums.
It's true. There's a whole subculture of enthusiasts out there dedicated to preserving and celebrating these instruments.
That's awesome.
They collect them, restore them, compose new music for them.
Wow.
It's a real testament to Hope Jones's vision.
Yeah. It really is, even though he faced so many setbacks.
He did.
And he never lived to see his invention's widespread popularity.
Oh.
But those grand echoing sounds of the Wurlitzer,
Yeah.
they continue to resonate with people today.
They do.
It makes you wonder what he would think if he could see how his innovations shaped the world of entertainment.
It's a question we can only speculate on.
Yeah.
But perhaps his story reminds us that truly groundbreaking ideas have a way of finding their place in the world.
Yeah.
Even if it takes time.
That's a good point.
So for everyone listening, why should this story matter to you today?
That's a good question.
Well, I think it speaks to the power of one person's vision to change the way we experience the world.
Yeah.
Hope Jones took a centuries-old instrument and transformed it into something totally new.
Right.
Something that brought joy and wonder to so many people.
Right.
And even when he faced adversity, he still innovated and was creative.
Yeah. That's a great reminder for all of us, I think.
It is.
To be open to new ideas.
Absolutely.
To encourage those who dare to push boundaries.
Definitely.
And to remember that sometimes the most unexpected inventions can have the most profound impact.
I couldn't agree more.
You know, it's fascinating to think that the mighty Wurlitzer, this grand, larger-than-life instrument, came about from a really practical need.
Right.
A way to provide affordable and engaging music for silent films.
Yeah, it really highlights how innovation can emerge from these unexpected places.
Right.
Driven by limitations and constraints, and that those practical solutions can spark new art forms.
Yeah, and cultural movements.
Exactly.
It's like necessity is the mother of invention.
It really is.
But as we've been discussing, the story of the Wurlitzer is linked to Hope Jones.
Of course.
And it doesn't have a happy ending.
It doesn't.
It's a tragic twist in this tale of innovation.
It is to think that someone with all his genius and determination
Yeah.
took his own life just as the Wurlitzer was about to boom.
Yeah, it's so sad.
It adds a real poignancy to his legacy.
It really does. He never got to see the full extent of his impact.
No.
To see how his inventions brought joy and wonder to so many people.
It makes you wonder how things might have been different.
Yeah.
You know, if he'd lived to see his vision embraced.
What do you think would happen?
Hard to say, of course, but perhaps he would have continued to innovate.
Right.
Push the boundaries even further.
Yeah. Or maybe just found satisfaction in seeing his creations as such a big part of popular culture.
Maybe.
It's a thought-provoking question for sure.
It is.
But no matter what, his story reminds us how important it is to recognize and support those who challenge conventions.
Absolutely.
And push those boundaries of what's possible.
We need to celebrate those innovators and dreamers.
Yes.
The ones who see the world differently.
Yeah, they might face some resistance and setbacks.
They do.
But their ideas can change the world.
They can.
So as we wrap up our deep dives into the mighty Wurlitzer, it's safe to say that this instrument, it's so much more than just music.
It is.
A symbol of a bygone era.
Yeah.
A testament to human ingenuity.
Right.
And a reminder that sometimes the greatest innovations come from the most unexpected sources.
I think that's a great point to end on.
Yeah. And to all our listeners out there, keep exploring.
Yes.
Keep questioning.
Keep listening for those whispers of genius.
Yeah, because you never know.
You never know.
They just might change the world.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you next time.